What do all these have in common? The basilisk lizard, the western grebe, a fishing spider, Cleo, Dynamo the magician, the Brazilian pygmy gecko, and Jesus. What do you think? Just a few seconds. You've got it. They can all walk on water. Want proof? Here we go. The lizard and the grebe slap the water so hard and so fast that the tension supports them. Pond skaters and fishing spiders are so light that they can't break the water tension. The Brazilian pygmy gecko has anhydrous skin that repels water, so it just floats. And Dynamo used a series of perspex boxes that become invisible when they're submerged underwater, as demonstrated here by Cleo in the garden. Now, I thought to illustrate this passage I might try building some canoe shoes. Or this aqua skipper looks like great fun, but unfortunately time's been against me. So here's just a few quick thoughts. Jesus has none of this magical wizardry when in Matthew 14:22-33 he walks out onto the lake just before dawn. Dynamo was picked up by staged police when he reached the end of his underwater Thames platform. But Jesus wasn't limited by such props. This again is proper miracle territory. Lots of painters have tried to depict this moment. Jesus had sent his disciples ahead of him across the lake and catches them up, leaving his jet ski at the shore. Not something we see every day, and understandably the disciples were scared. But Peter, who's renowned for jumping out of boats, asks to join Jesus and steps out onto the water at Jesus' agreement. All goes well until Peter takes his eye off Jesus and looks at the surrounding storm, at which point he begins to sink and needs Jesus to rescue him before they climb back into the boat and Jesus calms the storm. So what can we learn from all this? What's the takeaway? Well, I think 3 things. Firstly, be brave. It was more than just an impulsive act this time. It must have taken real courage from Peter to step onto the water. His courage was built on trust and a deep relationship with Jesus. His lack of faith came later. But wouldn't it be brilliant if a few more of us had the guts to look Christ in the eye and follow him into seemingly impossible situations? Number 2, fear and faith don't mix. If faith reigns, fear is driven out. And if fear takes over, it prevents faith taking hold. Forget God and we start to sink. Keep our eyes on him and the impossible suddenly begins to become possible. And finally, number 3, Jesus is always in the driving seat. He has control. He was there when the universe was made. Winds and waves obey him. And no matter how fearful we are and how much we feel like we're drowning, he has his feet solidly placed if we are just willing to reach out and grab hold of him. So this week, let's be a bit like Peter. Let's be brave, let's have faith, and let's reach for Jesus.